Ashley, she didn't cheat with her body. I don't know what to do with that. Hey, Ashley, I need you to help me understand something because I have been sitting with this for 2 months and I'm losing my mind. My girlfriend of 3 years left her phone on the counter. Mistake number one. Message popped up before I could look away, and what I found when I looked closer was 8 months of conversations with a man that she met online that she had absolutely no intention of ever telling me about. 8 months. Let that sit for a second. They've never met, nothing physical happened, and I have heard that so many times in the last 2 months, that sentence has started to make me want to flip a table. Because I read those messages, I know it was in them. She told this man, the stranger that she met on the internet, about her doubts in our relationship, about feeling lonely, about what she wished I did differently. She opened up to him in ways that she never once opened up to me in 3 years. 3 years I've been here, in person, present, consistent, and she chose to give the version of herself I actually wanted to a man that she has never even been in the same room with. When I confronted her, she said she didn't think it counted. She didn't think it counted. She said she was feeling disconnected and it just happened and she didn't know how to talk to me about being unhappy. And I'm standing there thinking, you found a way to talk to him. 8 months worth of talking. You figured out the words just fine when it was somebody else. I didn't even know what category to put this in. If she had slept with someone, I would have something concrete to point to. Something the world already has a name for. But this, watching someone take the most intimate parts of themselves and quietly give them away for almost a year. I don't have the right language for it, and that somehow makes it worse. And the people around me keep saying, at least nothing happened. Like I'm supposed to feel lucky. Ashley, how do you grieve something that everyone around you is telling you isn't that serious? And how do you even begin to decide if a relationship is worth saving when the person you're with looked at everything you were offering and went looking for something else anyway? Signed, technically undeceived, actually devastated. This is a lot to unpack, and I feel like this normally happens the opposite way, where like men emotionally cheat and don't see the big deal because they didn't sleep around.
Niggas ain't better have no conversation with no woman for 8 months about, oh, my relationship is terrible, and I'm not hitting. That's crazy.
I mean, it happens. So the word that you're looking for is emotionally cheating, is what happened. She emotionally cheated on you, and you feel a certain type of way. For one, breakup. The relationship is done. It's just dead.
Facts.
It's dead. And I don't mean that to sound bitchy, but a relationship with no trust is nothing. And if she couldn't talk to you, that's a problem. You are obviously upset, and rightfully so. However, one of my big rules personally is not to go through phones unless you are ready for the best weight loss.
Why do people say that? I don't understand that.
Because I feel like as a woman, I've always had any of my partner's passwords. They've always given them to me. Anytime I have ever gone through a phone, I found exactly what I was looking for.
What was that?
Mess. I feel like as a woman, you get a feeling.
Okay.
You can't put your finger on it.
Find the mess.
Doesn't matter when you look for it, you will find it.
Go find it.
Now,
that's
here's
good.
the thing.
Don't be afraid of it. Shit.
No, I'm always afraid because here's the thing. When you go searching, you will find. And then you're with the dilemma. Do you stay?
Go.
Or do you go?
Go.
And here's the problem. Here's the problem, right? Because depending on what you find, if you agree to stay, I personally believe you can't keep bringing it up. If you agree, like let's say we're together, I go through your phone, you cheated on me.
Oh, no, I agree.
If I see it and I'm like, okay, we addressed it, I decide to stay, I do not think that then gives me the right to keep bringing it up. So the first problem was you went through her phone. And you found what you were looking for. I know you lost some weight. I know you were sick. You never go looking unless you're ready. So now you found it. You've stewed for 2 months, irritated. I know the relationship is a mess. She's probably looking for a place. The relationship is dead. It doesn't sound like it was going to work anyways. If you can't communicate, like if there's no trust and there's no communication, there's not a relationship. Like obviously you have to have the love, you have to have everything else, but if you don't trust who you're laying down with, if you cannot communicate with who you're laying down with, there's no relationship. Y'all couldn't communicate because she didn't want to communicate with you. Whether she didn't feel safe, whether she didn't feel heard, whether she didn't feel listened to, received, whatever, she went looking and she found. And I think instead of trying to compare, like, why him, I think it should be like, maybe have a conversation like, you've never tried to talk to me about these things. Why didn't you feel comfortable talking to me about it? Or maybe you did, but maybe she didn't talk to you. I don't know. But I do think that a conversation needs to be had. But either way, the relationship is over.
I think, it sounds like white people shit.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not asking no questions. She's gone. You know what I'm saying? I think black people, we ain't dealing with no shit like that. 8 months? Fuck no.
8 months, yeah, she's checked out.
It's raps. We already know.
If it was like a week,
we gone.
You might be able to recover.
We ain't asking no questions. We ain't
8 months is crazy.
We ain't sending no SOS, none of that shit. It's over with. I ain't got to ask nobody what should I do. I'm searching phones. I don't give a fuck. You can search mine. I'm sorry. Niggas, we got to stop stop looking at phones. I can't believe when I hear niggas say, oh, don't look through that phone. You crazy as hell. Look through your girl phone.
I just feel like don't look through it unless you're gonna do something about it, and that's where I stand. Like if you're gonna look through a phone and all you're gonna do is bitch and complain, don't look through it.
I agree.
So like if the problem is I think you're cheating, I'm going through your phone and then I find it and then all I'm doing is calling you a cheater for the next 3 months, like what's the reason?
True.
I think it was the Braxton's mom that said, shut up and let him cheat in peace if you gonna stay. I feel like you got two options. You either leave or you take it. Like, those are your options.
See, and like I said, I don't cheat. So I feel like I wouldn't stay with, if I cheated, I wouldn't stay with the person I cheated on. To even hear all that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's kind of weird. I don't know. Those are weird relationships. That's why I don't condone, like, that's why I don't support people. I don't even like when people hide their significant other on social media. It's kind of like.
Really?
Yeah, I don't.
I'm never posting my man on social media again.
Like,
last time I posted him, y'all tried to fuck him. Not doing it ever again.
Who you around, or who you letting?
The internet is diabolical. Never again. Never again. My spouse will not be posted. My children will not be posted. Nope. Not doing it.
Is he that vulnerable to get fucked by people who
I don't know, but I'm not doing it ever again.
That's what I'm saying.
Don't
why would I not
out.
test those? Like, if I can't be with somebody who can't go through the fire, you know what I'm saying, and come out the fire cool, like, why am I with you anyway? I don't, you know what I'm saying? Do you get what I mean, though? Like, if I post my girl and niggas in droves hit her DMs or text her like a motherfucker and she can't go through that without saying, no, I got a nigga, I don't need to be with her
You didn't need to be
anyway.
with her anyway. Yeah,
I don't need to be with her anyway.
You can go through
What's
with
the
it.
She wasn't gonna hold you down. Like,
exactly. So what the fuck is the point?
For me,
I'm gonna let you do that shit to me on the side, and niggas knowing it, and I don't know it. They know it, but I don't.
Like for you,
hell no.
Yo, niggas should be able to say hell no to any
That's
of
what I'm
them.
saying. They need to go through the fire. Niggas need to go through the fire, say no to all them hoes, and then keep moving. That's what I'm saying. Like, don't be afraid. Like, if you are afraid of infidelity because you posted your significant other, why are you with them anyway? They're gonna be infidels.
I'm not scared of infidelity. I don't need the extra headache. Like, first of all, I never really wanted to post I don't like like everything you see on social media is what I allow you to see. My social media is very curated. You don't know me through my social media.
I'm gonna give you some of my homies told me.
I don't like my personal life out there anyway.
I had a conversation with a couple homies, and he was like, I didn't want to deal with the extra headache. And we was like, okay, so you want the brain tumor instead of the extra headache.
What? He
was like, because you don't know about the brain tumor until, you know what I'm saying, comes later. The extra headache you know about. But you know about the brain, you don't know about the brain tumor, so you want the brain tumor instead. You know what I'm saying? So, like, wouldn't you rather just deal with it now?
No.
Instead of later?
No. And I also don't post a lot of my personal life. Like, I don't post my family. I don't post my friends' kids. I don't post half the stuff I do.
Word.
So, for me, it's not like I'm hiding anybody or I'm hiding things. My personal life is very personal. I'm a very private person. Very private. Y'all don't see half the trips I do. You don't see my life. You don't know anything about me. And I like it that way.
I feel like that's
if you're
normal.
A private person,
if you're private, that's normal.
Yes, that's cool. But
if you're private and all of a sudden you posted your man, then yeah, I don't know. That's like, why she posted him all of a sudden? Like, what's going on? Like you putting him under a loyalty test or something.
Yeah, no. But for you, I feel like you need to be single for a little bit. Y'all definitely need to break up. But I do think a conversation needs to be had because you still seem very, very angry. And I feel like you need closure as to why. So hopefully a conversation can be had to where she can answer your questions, because you seem very confused and it almost seems like you attempted to have these conversations and it just didn't happen. So for your peace of mind and your sanity, I would suggest maybe having a sit down like, hey, I'm just a little lost on like why you didn't feel comfortable talking to me about these things, why you felt comfortable in a stranger. Like, did you feel like I don't listen? Did you feel like you couldn't trust me? Did you feel like I wouldn't react in an appropriate manner? Like, and I would challenge you, like, in those text messages, because I'm probably sure they're committed to memory. Like, what did she say was wrong with the relationship? And can you relate to any of that? Like, was she on point with some of her complaints? Were some of the things that she brought up things that y'all have talked about and you didn't change? Or is she just completely checked out? But I think you need that closure.
9 times out of 10, they usually be on point by the shit they're talking about when they do that kind of shit. But it don't excuse what she did.
Oh, no, 1,000%.
You definitely need to work on whatever she was talking about if you was actually doing it. Just reflect what she, you know what I mean? And
for your next relationship. Yeah. And I mean, maybe you do want to stay with her. I don't know. But to me, it sounds like the relationship is over. So if you do decide to stay, you know, I wish you guys the best. I hope it works out. Right back in. Let me know. Keep me posted. That's all I got. Good luck, because that's a lot. Until next time, don't forget to write, comment, like, subscribe, click all the buttons, do all the things. Bye.